It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cowboys and the Browns, and it's all up next.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Cleveland. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Tar Heel, their rookie quarterback from UNC.
And to say that this is a big spot is the classic understatement. It's a ton of pressure on this rookie quarterback as he gets to play right away. And let's face it, he's trying to take in every moment from his first start. But at the same time, he's got to focus on what's in front of him.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Throwing here is May. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. To the air, May. He finds his man, complete. That's Moss. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. Looking to throw, May. Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They'll throw with May.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Here's May.
That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski.
At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Manning. And on the left side, he's got Witten. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
To throw, it's Manning. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Manning.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They begin with a run by Smith.
Now he's free at the 35. He may go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Once again, it's Barber. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Barber on 1st and 10.
He's got it to the 43 here. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Throwing now is Manning. Over the middle, complete. That's Barber. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Smith. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. To throw, it's May. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Smith up the middle. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. As they've got it as we resume action. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Able to shake him off. Steps away. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Drake May
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
And he is going to have the Browns first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Up the middle they go with Barber. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Manning. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Manning going to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
K'Lavon Chaisson, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Manning now to throw.
That's to a man who had some good years in a Cowboy uniform, Amari Cooper.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Manning. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's able to get it to Coleman. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And they go play action with May.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And now to common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
From the shotgun, May with it. Got an open man, it's Pickens. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Throwing here is May. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
One final try now for Manning. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they lead lead the visiting Denver Broncos at the half. Josh Allen, a touchdown pass in that first half. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. 24-21, the final score. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Handoff left, Barber. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Throwing is Manning. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Manning. This little short throw to Witten. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw is Manning. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Over the middle, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
On play action, it's Manning. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Manning. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now Manning. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Calvin Ridley from 4 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll throw with May.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They're going to throw. May.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 57 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Manning. This little short throw to Witten, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
44-yard line.
Manning going to throw.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Manning. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
39-yard line.
Here we go, set, roll.
Working from the gun, Manning. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Now Manning again.
Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A run up the middle with Barber. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Derek Nottie makes the tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Setting up the screen here, it's Barber. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Shotgun now for Manning. Touchdown, Browns. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. But this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Smith. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Brian Anger now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now Manning. This little short throw to Witten. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down. Manning. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
This little short throw to Witten, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Manning.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again.
A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Play action. May.
That's going to be caught by Moss. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Smith will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. So there you go, Charles. How about this for a debut? A 2nd rushing touchdown in NFL game number 1.
How about it? It just points to me how confident that this young man is, but also how much confidence his coaching staff and teammates have in him.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Now a give, running right, Barber.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Manning now to throw. This one caught by Ridley. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Manning, got to have this one. Going for it all. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
On second down, here's Smith again.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Here's Smith as he'll try to run some clock. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Dallas, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.